Hi everyone, you can see us? If you can see us, type 1. Okay. If you can see us, good. Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is James from Hikvision UAE team. I'm product pre-sales and this is my colleague Ibrahim.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Ibrahim. I am a pre-sales engineer at Hikvision UAE team. I will leave you with James at the first to introduce the solutions and the product.
And today we're going to talk about the fever screening thermal solutions and products. And if you're interested in our solution and products, you can follow our Facebook account at Hikvision MENA for English and Arabic speakers. And also we have the Facebook account for our Turkish and French speakers with the at Hikvision Turkey for Turkish speakers and for Hikvision Northwest Africa for the French speakers. And now we began our presentation for the solutions and products. And some of you may ask that what on earth is this solution about? Well, we will introduce and explain the whole and complete solution for you today, and including the solutions, the principles, the products, and even the configurations and operation parts. So I believe that once you follow our live the whole time, and you will get everything and every answer for your doubts and questions. So now, here we go to the first part.
Second slide.
Yes. So the first thing is that so I want to ask you a question about it, about what is thermal, and do you have any ideas about what is thermal products in your void? You can type your idea on the chat box and we can see it.
So here the thermal fever screening process. We recommend to have 3 setups at the first. As you can see in this picture, set up a channel for the people, passenger people, and you can set up the camera on the tripod to, to be directly facing to this channel, and the people which bypassing from this channel will be in the field of view of the camera. This is for the basic setup. Also, we're gonna talk about the installation and the configuration more in at the second part of this PPT.
And in the fever screening thermal solution, there will be 3 solutions for you to choose. And the first solution I'd like to introduce is our handheld fever screening solution. And in this solution, we used our professional handheld thermographic camera, and with the help of iVMS 420 and the Hikvision mobile app. And in this solution, there will be 2 key advantages for you to choose this solution, which is the Wi-Fi support and the flexible area support. We can see that with the help of our small and light the thermal handheld, we can support the flexible temperature measurement areas, and also we can support the Wi-Fi, which can be integrated with a PC or mobile client. And also we can support the real audio alarm and automatic uploading of screen captures, which means that you can have this solution without wire, and also you can have a view for your screen capture on your mobile client or your PC client. And the accuracy for our handheld thermal camera is plus and minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. And actually, can you imagine this accuracy is very close to the normal medical thermometer range, so it can satisfy the fever screening requirements with the temperatures.
So now we'll go to the next solution. Before we'll show here the video for our handheld solution. It's preferred for the handheld thermographic meter to use to detect one by one and keep like 2 meters between each person.
And here we compare our handheld thermographic camera to the normal forehead thermometer. We can see the advantage for our handheld fever screening solution very clear because, for example, for the detection distance part, our handheld thermographic camera can reach 1.5 to 2.5 meters for detection. And for the forehead thermometer, it can only reach 0.01 to 0.03 meters. So it is a quite difference and quite huge difference between the two devices. And so we handheld thermographic camera can totally realize the no necessary physical contact between the peoples. And also our handheld camera can realize the real-time detection for our human body temperature detects.
So here we'll, even by the handheld, which is the normal thermometer, we can assure the safety because we keep a distance between us and the person which we need to detect. Also, we can assure the efficiency because we take real-time capture and we go up to 60% per minute for one detection. Plus, we can have the evidence as a screenshots and video transferred to our VMS, iVMS 4200 through Wi-Fi support.
And the next solution I'd like to introduce is our professional fever screening solution. And actually, in this solution, we used our HD bullet fever screening thermographic camera, and with the help of our iVMS 4200 and the PoE switch. And also in this solution, the thermal resolution can reach 384 multiple 288, which can provide more images, details, and wider coverage for the temperature measurement. And also, with the help of our 15 millimeters thermal lens, we can provide a fever screening range at 4.5 to 9 meters with the model 2636B-15P, as you can see on the screen. And also, we can reach 3 to 7 meters range with the model 2637-10P. And so you can see that it is very suitable for you to use it in a long range. And also the accuracy of the two cameras can reach 0.5 degrees Celsius plus and minus, which can cover a large scenarios for the fever screening requirements. And both of the cameras can support 4 megapixel optical channel, which can satisfy the regular monitoring requirements and provide the regular image to monitor.
So this is one video also about the installation. We recommend to have the camera up to 1.7 meter if it's a tripod installation, or we call it like temporarily installation. If it's for fixed installation, we can go up to 2.8 meter, as we will discuss at the end of this training. As you can see, the camera will give us two views. One is optical view and one is thermal view. The most recommended installation scenario to have this channel, like to limit the way where the people can walk through any facility.
And the last solution is the economical fever screening solution. Actually, this solution is very familiar with the professional fever screening solution we talked before. And the main difference is that the types of lens is different with the 6 millimeters and 3 millimeters lens. And also in the economical fever screening solution, we have different shapes of cameras to choose, like the turret and the bullet. And with the help of our 6 millimeters lens cameras, we can reach the detection range at 1.5 to 3 meters. And also with the help of 3 millimeters lens, we can reach 0.8 to 1.5 meters detection range. And also this kind of camera can support the AI human body detection, which can reduce the false alarm which triggered by other objects, for example, the hot waters, the hot teas and coffees, and etc. And also the camera will mainly and will only focus on the human body, and especially the forehead of the human body, to detect the accurate temperature. And here we suggest you to install this camera we need solution at a height of 1.5 meters, and you need to keep the distance between the targets and the camera at 0.8 to 1.5 meters with 3 millimeters camera, and 1.5 to 2.5 meters at 6 millimeters camera.
Also here another video. This is for the torrent camera. You can see the torrent camera, we can install it in 3 port, and this is one installation. You will be able to see numerical numbers on the screen itself. Make sure the camera will be directly or facing the human being face directly.
And here we can see that in the economical solution, we can detect up to 30% at one time, and also with the AI body detection, we can reduce the false alarm triggered by other heat sources. And you can see from the video for the optical channel, in this footage, a person placed a bottle of warm water on his forehead here, and to simulate abnormal body temperature. And the camera detects the forehead focus, and it can detect the abnormal temperature and the system alarms. So our thermal camera will only focus on our forehead, on human's forehead. So there will be reduced false alarms. And the last thing we'd like to talk about the solution part is the high-end fever screening solution. Actually, this is based on the economical or the professional thermal fever screening solution. And the only difference is that adding on a blackbody calibrator. So what is the calibrator in your opinion or in your view? Maybe you can share your opinion first in the chat box. Well, I think some of you might have the opinion for blackbody before, but we can share the opinion for each other. And actually, a blackbody calibrator is a kind of source to correct the accuracy of our thermal camera. And the blackbody calibrator, the resolution and accuracy itself can reach plus and minus 0.1 degrees Celsius. But the blackbody, it needs to be used with the camera, thermal camera together in the solution. So with the help of our blackbody calibrator, the solution can reach the accuracy up to plus and minus 0.3 degrees Celsius. Actually, this accuracy is very, very close to the medical thermometer. And so it can cover and satisfy the requirements for a high accuracy for the human body temperature measurement. So it's very helpful.
Okay, so this is mainly about the product and the solution. Thank you, James. So now also after we get like an overview about our product and solution, we'll talk a little bit about the installation and the main point we need to follow it before the installation part as well. So I can show this user manual. Mainly there is some certain points to be taken care of before you start your installation. Please make sure you power on the camera first things once you reach to the site. Why? Because the camera needs up to 30 minutes to heat up and give the accurate measurement. So for the first 30 minutes, the measurement it will not be much accurate, and you can save your time and start your first operation directly after 30 minutes. And with this time, while you are powering on the camera, you can do the other setup. The other recommendation point, please make sure you use indoor environment, because this system is totally for indoor use, because the outdoor environment or the outdoor parameter will affect the temperature measurement. So it could be very high, it could be very low. Someone will ask here, what if I want to install the camera on the main entrance of the facility, which is facing the outdoor? For this, we make two scenarios. If you can see here, we can see this is the large scenario, or for the large hole. So we can install the camera in 3 options. directly facing the main entrance, or it could be on the right or the left side. But please make sure the first area of detection, it will be 3 meters away from the main entrance. This will be applicable in the large hole. But if we will go to the normal hole or to the small hole, let's say, we cannot, and please make sure for this point, you cannot install the camera directly at the main entrance. You need to go left or right side and keep 3 meters from the way away from the main entrance. If you install it directly on the front or straightforward in the front entrance, it will affect the parameter of the temperature measurement. So we spoke about the power on the camera 30 minutes before you start. We spoke about the indoor environment and how to install at the main entrance. Please also try to avoid any object with higher temperature or with lower temperature, same of the AC. Make the camera on your side away from the AC itself. This is some pictures. Here for, as James explained, we have two solutions, economical and the professional. The main difference between these two solutions, the economical one is 160 megapixel for the resolution and can detect up to 2 meters only. So for this scenario, we recommend only to install the camera in a tripod up to 1.7 height, and you have the channel setup for the people which they are bypassing to your facility. Or we can go to the professional solution to have a ceiling design, which we can go up to 2.8 meter. If the ceiling is very high, make an extension and make sure the camera will not go up to 2.8 meter. This is some real scenarios here. We install it in Dubai for the cameras on the main entrance, some with a tripod, some with ceiling mount. So 5 main points. Please make sure you take care of it before you start your installation. Power on the camera for 30 minutes, indoor environment, don't face the main entrance, and you can install in the both sides, ceiling and in the tripod. And here you can see also, like, based on the lenses, as James explained, we have multiple lenses, a 3mm, 6mm, and 10mm and 15mm. This lens will be this varied lens will make the distance also vary, so we can go from 0.8 meter up to 9 meter by our Hikvision cameras, and we can detect the human body temperature. This is the tripod. The tripod could be installed, it could be get from Hikvision or third party. So the installation part, hopefully it's clear. I will start now for the configuration part. For the thermal cameras, we can configure it from two interfaces. One interface is the iVMS 4200, which is a free software. You can download it from our hikvision.com website. And we can also configure the camera by the web browser itself. Here we are showing some screenshots from the web browser. So in the upper side, you will see the configuration. Before you go to the configuration, make sure you adjust the live view to the point where you want to detect the human being. So for the live view, as you can see here, you will have two streams. One is the thermal stream, one is the optical stream. I don't know if it's clear here for the area of detection of the thermal camera. So here you will find a blue triangle. So this blue triangle, make sure it's on the middle of your field of view. And this is for the thermal stream. After that, you can go to the configuration. The configuration for this system is very easy. You don't need to change many parameters, as it's come by default from the manufacturer configure. The only most important point you need to change, like temperature, like distance, you need to adjust your live view. So going to the configuration part, which is in the upper side, please go to body and thermometry. Here you will find the live view for the camera number 1, which is the optical cameras, and you can adjust the temperature threshold. Normally the human being, the body, it will be 30, body temperature, it will be 36.5 up to 37.5. So here also for the images, you can keep the settings as default. You don't need to change anything. You cannot change. You can change it, but it's better to keep it as a default. Also, this is from the image website, from the image module. Sorry. Going to the configuration. Also here in the maintenance, it will be by default. Just make sure you are checking the body and thermometry, because here we are measuring the body temperature. It's a basic things, as I told you. For the configuration on the local interface, keep all of these parameters as it is. The protocol TCP/IP for the connection, the rules it will be enabled, and the last three options to disable the temperature on the live view itself. So I will repeat very quickly. Mainly the cameras configured from the manufacturer. You don't need to change a lot of parameter. Main things you need to change it, which is the temperature threshold. Plus you need to make sure you are choosing in the VCA resource here, as we mentioned, the body and thermometry. And for the local parameter, it's like keep it as a default, no need to change anything. The other parameter which is very important than the temperature here, which is the distance. You can, as you see in the below of this interface, you can change the distance. As we explained, we have two solutions, the economical solution and we have the professional solution. The economical solution with 160 megapixel resolution can go up to 2 meter, and the economical solution can go from 3 meter up to 9 or 7 meter based on your scenario. The distance here, you set it based on your actual requirement. So if you are on the site and the camera facing the main entrance and your distance between the camera and the main entrance 2 meters, set 2 meters. If it's 5 meters, set 5 meters. This will be based on your actual requirement. As we mentioned, please make sure of this point as well. For area of detection, you cannot increase the area of detection of the thermal camera as it's coming like for the professional one. You can, based on your scenario, based on your lens, you will be able to see how the width of the field of view you have it. But you can, based on also body thermometry module, you can click here in the draw area and you can adjust the yellow triangle. The red one, it will be fixed. You cannot go bigger than the red one. You can go smaller. You can adjust your field of view based on the yellow triangle only, and make sure you adjusting also the temperature. So I will repeat the three important parameters. The temperature, set it up to 37.5, 37.8. The distance based on your actual scenario, and also you can draw an area for this one. Okay, so now we are done with the configuration through the web browser. Also, there is another way to add the to do the configuration, which is through the iVMS 4200. The iVMS 4200, it's a free software we offer it in Hikvision. You can go to hikvision.com, www.hikvision.com, and you can install it from the download or the support module. Plus this, you can install multiple other tools. We'll explain what we need here based on the configuration site. So this is the main interface for the iVMS 4200. First of things, the camera is an IP device, so you need to add this IP device to your interface. So from the module of the device management, here, device management device. First of all, you can check all the online devices. It will be detected automatically from the software or from the VMS. If you are not able to detect it, you can use something we call it SADB or SADB tools. This, it will detect all the on-web devices or all the IP cameras devices. Click here, just make add. You can add automatically or you can add also manually. Just enter the username and the password of the camera. It will be added and active. After you add the camera, actually I will just look to the dashboard and take some questions if it's possible to answer it here.
Yes.
So here, a good question here about the car. Actually, the camera scenario, it should be first of all indoor, not outdoor. The car, it will be outdoor. It's not recommended. It's not recommended to be detect the person from inside the car because also the glass will affect the temperature as well. Here, hi Muhammad Zakaria. Can the camera itself act as a complete solution? Yes, it can be, but better to have the iVMS 4200. It's a free software, as I mentioned. We can provide end-to-end solution through two shapes of the camera, bullet and torrent. Each cameras have a dual lens, optical and thermal, and you can connect it through LAN network to your iVMS 4200. Also, as a Hikvision, we can provide a transmission line in between, which is the BOE switch. Here, Muhammad Zakaria, another question. When should I have I series in VR or normal in VR? It could be both sides, I series in VR and the normal in VR. So I will continue. If you have any question, please feel free to ask it. We'll come again to answer your questions, hopefully. So after we add the camera and activate it here, you need to also like to do the configuration where you need to store your alarm or your event. Just from the from the maintenance and management module, you go to the system configuration, event picture storage. Just select your local drive here. The template, keep it basic template. We can provide the template as it's basic, or we can also customize the template. For customizing the template, you can have all day template, or you can have weekly template, or you can have event template. So this is mainly what you need to configure to make sure you store your pictures on your local PC or server. So now we configure the camera. We configure the camera from the web browser. We configure the camera on the iVMS 4200. For here, we need now to get an alarm because this is the most important point for our system. After we detect any body temperature, we need to have an alarm if this is under our threshold or it's above our threshold. So for the event settings, you can go to the event center. Also, it's a module available in iVMS 4200. In real-time event, it's have two modules. Real-time event, you can get real-time alarm as we discussed, and you can get also you can go to the second module to search your event. So in the real-time event, you can see this is here. We highlight these two options on red. So you can enable the pop-up alarm. So whenever a person comes with higher temperature, the pop-up alarm will come into the live view, and it will be showing for the person he's on the operation, in charge of the operation. Also, you can keep sound on the system, so you will be hearing a sound on the system like, and you will be muted depending on your scenario. And this is how the alarm will be looking. For this system, as we mentioned, we also add the value for the optical, not only the thermal. So the alarm will be showing for thermal and for optical lens, and the area of detection it will be showing. This is on the real-time alarm. You can go to the event search. In the event search, based on wherever you want to search, you will be able to see all of your events, all of your alarm based on date, based on time, with both images. You can also configure it to be sent by email. You can set this alarm priority high, medium, normally, as you can see here. So you can set the priority of the alarm as well. Last things about the event, we can go about to export these events because it's important for any management to have this event for review and to make a good action in their facilities. So for the export, we have two options. We can export pictures only, and we can export the log only. I will gonna show it now. So after you click on export all, you can check all. You can export everything: the pictures, the thermal, the optical, or the log. Or you can export the log only, like Excel format with the table, and you can export the pictures only, and you can choose where to save it in your computer and PC. So now I will pick some questions. How quick it can be deployed, as I mentioned, just one important point before you start your installation, make sure you power on the camera to have a 30-minute to calibrate and give a higher accuracy. Here's someone asking Musa if there is any stock. Yes, please follow our website and our Facebook accounts and send your requirement to the sales department and to the distributor, and they will get back to you. Someone asking here, is it possible to using iVMS 4200? Yes, it is possible to use iVMS 4200. As we mentioned, we provide the iVMS 4200 to support this solution as a free software. Also, we can go to the enterprise level using our Hick Central professional VMS. Someone asking if the person coming from outside the weather and it's hot, the temperature cool down once he enter. This is what we mentioned. I will go here again for the user manual to make sure we avoid such things and the outdoor environment. We mentioned before he entering, keep a space between the camera and your main entrance. So here we are. So if we are in the large hall, we can install the camera in these three options. Make sure the first detection area, which is shown here in blue, 3 meters away from the main entrance. So in this case, you sorry guys, I will repeat this point again. So here someone is asking if a person come from out environment or outdoor area to the indoor area, is the hot temperature in outside, it will affect the camera measurement? The answer, we can avoid it in these two ways. One way, if we have the large hole scenario, you can install the camera away like 3 meters, sorry, left side, right side, or you can make it straightforward to your main entrance, but make sure that there is the first area of detection 3 meters away from your main entrance. If you are on the outdoor also environment for a small hole or not a big hole, here it's not recommended to go with to straight forward, put the camera directly to see the main entrance. You can go to the right side or to the left side. Also make sure you have the 3 meter distance to avoid any affection from outdoor environment, as you can see in this picture. So almost we cover everything. I will just give a small and a quick review for what we said today about the solution, about the configuration. For the solution part, we have our handheld solution part with 160 or thermogravity meter. This can be installed in a tripod up to 1.7 meter. Also, we have our economical bullet turret cameras. Both of them come with dual lens, thermal and optical, and have AI detection to detect up to 30 faces. The economical solution will go up to 1 to 2 meter for area of detection. Also, it can detect up to 30 faces. The higher point of the camera installation will be 1.7 or 1.5 to 1.7. For the professional solution, you can go to install it on the ceiling up to 2.8 meter, and you can have the distance between the camera and the target up to 9 meter, from 3 to 9 meter. For the configuration of the camera, we can configure it from the web browser. We can configure it from iVMS 4200. You need to set only and make sure to set the temperature threshold, and you need to make sure you set the distance based in your actual scenario. For the important, also very important point before you start your installation, I will repeat it for the last time to make sure all you get it, guys. power on the camera first things once you reach to the site, because the camera needs 30 minutes to heat up and give the accurate measurement. Make sure you are installed in indoor environment, not outdoor environment. If you are in the main hall or the main entrance and you want to install the camera, don't face the camera directly to your main entrance. Please avoid any object with higher or with lower temperature. And the last point, please make sure you keep the face of the human being in center of your field of view. So this is all from our side. Thank you.
And I'd like to add some points for today's solution. Let's go back to the PowerPoint again.
Okay. So after James explain here the part of the product show, we'll go
Yes.
to question and answer like about 10 minutes. So please feel free guys to ask any question here.
Yes, now please allow me to introduce the product showcase with the first part is our high-end thermal product with the model 2637B-10/P and 2636B-15/P. And both of the two cameras can reach the thermal resolution with 384 multiple 288. And also we do have the multiple lens to choose with the 15 millimeters lens and 10 millimeters lens, and we can detect the temperature range within 30 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. And the accuracy for camera, as we talked before, can reach plus and minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. And with the help of blackbody in the solution, then we can reach plus and minus 0.3 degrees Celsius. And also, we have the thermal camera with handheld with the model 2TP21B, and the thermal resolution of this module can reach 160 multiple 120, and also it has the configurable optical resolution with 2 megapixel, 5 megapixel or 8 megapixels, and the accuracy for our handheld camera is also can also reach plus and minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. And also besides of this, it can support Wi-Fi as we talked before, and supports audio alarms, and it also has a friendly touch screen for our customers and end users to operate. And next is our economical thermal products parts with two models. One model is with 2617B-3 or 6 in bullet, and one with 1217B-3 or 6 in turret. And both of the cameras can reach the thermal resolution in 160 multiple 120, and it has the different lens to choose with 3 millimeters or 6 millimeters. And also the accuracy can reach plus and minus 0.5 degrees Celsius as the same as the professional thermal products. And also it can support audio alarms, and with the help of blackbody calibrator, it can reach plus and minus 0.3 degrees Celsius. And as for our blackbody calibrator, accuracy can reach plus and minus 0.1 degrees Celsius, and the temperature resolution is 0.1 degrees Celsius. So it can be used in the solution with the thermal camera to correct and improve the accuracy of our thermal camera. So the whole solution can reach plus and minus 0.3 degrees Celsius. And after we introduce the products and the solution and operation and installation suggestion, we can see the advantages and obviously for our Hikvision thermographic fever screening solution. And there we can conclude into four main advantages, which is the first one is our AI human body detection. With the help of our AI human body detection, we can reduce the false alarm triggered by other heat sources like the hot coffee and tea. And also we can make sure our thermal camera will only focus on the human body temperature, especially the forehead of human. And also with the embedded audio alarms, with the built-in audio module, our cameras can trigger alarms to notify our end users or operators immediately once it detects a human with abnormal temperature or detect a human with a fever passes by. And the third advantage is for our solution is that a unique self-developed algorithm. And with our advanced algorithm and big data, we can improve the accuracy of our thermal camera, and also we can make our thermal camera more reliable for our customers. And last but not least, as a world's leading security solution provider, besides of the thermal products, our Hikvision can also offer other products, for example, the switches, the monitors, and even the MVRs and etc. Other products we can also provide and offer for our clients to set up a complete and whole professional solution for you to keep your place more safer. And now let's check some questions to answer.
Actually, I see many questions here. All of the people asking how many faces we can detect by the camera. The camera can detect up to 30 faces. Someone asking also how we add the black body. The black body, actually, it's not much used in our market here, but also I can show it for you in the web browser how we configure the whole scenarios of the camera. So here the web browser of the camera. First of all, you need to enter your IP address. You will see two streams, one thermal, one optical. For the configuration parameter, we will go for it as well. I'm just waiting to get the configuration parameter here. So as we mentioned here, you can go to the basic settings. You can change the distance. You can change. Let me go a little bit slowly. Here we can change the distance from configuration, basic settings, body thermometry, basic settings. So you will be able to to put the distance based in your actual requirement. Hopefully it's clear for you. Also for the second bar, which is the body thermometry configuration. So in this bar we will be able to configure two things, the temperature threshold, and we will be able to configure the area of detection. Hopefully now it's clear with you on the picture here. So from here you can change your temperature. As we mentioned, the human body temperature 36.5 to 37.5. You can set up the camera up to 37.8 to make sure you are reducing the false alarm. Also, by clicking on the draw area here, you will be able to adjust the yellow triangle only, not the red triangle as we explained in the user manual. You cannot go max. If we try to go max and save, it will show here for you. I don't know if it's clear for you. I will try to catch this note. It's on the corner, the right corner. It cannot exceed it to the red triangle. So we'll keep it as it is as of now. So this is all about the configuration from the web browser. Just let me also show for you the images as we mentioned here for the VCA. Also the camera, this is one important point we need to mention. If you are wearing a face mask or something, it will not affect because the camera will measure the temperature from the head here itself or from the face. The local parameter, keep it as default. You don't need to change anything. Here also for the VCA resource type. You can check the body thermometer only. Exactly. And this is the VMS, how it's look. Let me get it here. I don't know if you are able to see it, guys. This is the iVMS 4200. Here you will be able to see the camera. Just check the camera and add it to your active devices. In the downside, you will be able to see the camera, and you only click on add to add the camera to your system. For the system configuration, just if you want to change the storage, where to store your storage, this is the only requirement for the configuration. The most important things here, the event center, you can enable or disable the pop-up alarm, you can enable or disable the audio. Hopefully we go through the user manual, we go through the web browser, we go through the iVMS 4200 itself. So if there is any question, please feel free to ask it. We'll wait like 2-3 minutes for your questions again. For the black body calibration, the black body only will increase the accuracy of the system. The camera will detect the temperature. It will be real time for all of the proposed system. What else here? What I can get? Can work in any NVR? Yes, it can work in any NVR. The camera support PoE as well. You can power it by PoE NVR, or you can use the power adapter for external power adapter. Yes, it's real-time response. Okay. So thanks for being here today. Please wait our Arabic version online training as well in 2nd of April. Will be same time 2 p.m. By UAE team or by UAE time or Dubai time. Follow us on Facebook and in YouTube at the rate Hikvision MENA. Thank you all. I appreciate.
Thank you very much.